Okay, so I have placed both of these PowerPoints on Google Classroom. Now, the table that you're looking at here on the overhead is for scientific notation. You do not have to memorize these tables. We see value. We would never expect you to memorize the value of the speed of light, c equals 3.0 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. Why am I showing this to you? Raise your hand. Why am I showing this to you? If you're taking a test and you need C, what should you do? And you don't see it in your test. Should you ask the teacher for C? Yes, you should. That's the whole point. If you go to college and you take a test, all of these should be given to you. So we're checking bell work here, converting scientific notation and multiplying with scientific notation. What would be the rules when you multiply using scientific notation? Anybody know what the rule is when you multiply? Raise your hand points. Remember, if you answer correctly, you get bell work points. And your parents, when they come in for open house, will know that you are contributing to class. What do you do when you multiply exponents? You add them. Very good, Mara. So, what is 5 plus 3? Right, it is 8. Now the rule for exponents is the decimal must follow the first whole number, right? Now, when I'm taking the ACT, I'm trying to go fast. So I'm going to estimate a little bit. So what's 7 times 2? 14. Now I have 14, which is the power of 10. So if I take 10 out of this number, right, it equals 1.4. And the rule for scientific notation says the decimal must follow the first whole number. Does everybody see that? But I took 10 out, so I have to put that here. So it has to be 10 to the 9th, or 1.4. Now that's an estimate. Now if I'm taking the ACT, I've spent about maybe 5 seconds getting that answer. I'm going to look for one close for it. This is how you score well on ACT. You know how to take little shortcuts to estimate. Chemistry really is all about estimating. We don't count things like the bank does. We're counting every single thing. That's called significant digits. We'll talk more about that later. But what he did not do here, he did not move his decimal to here. So it should be 1.512 times 10 to the 9th. This is the correct calculator answer. All right, how about number 3? Have I got 3? All right. Go ahead. You know the answer, man? Anybody else? What do you do when you divide exponents? Subtract. So what is 3 minus 5? Raise your hand. 3 minus 5. It is negative 2. So it's going to be 10 to the negative 2. Does everybody see how we got that? 3 minus 5. What is 2 divided by 7? 2 divided by 7. It's around 0.2. So, if I'm estimating, which is what I'm doing right here, I got 0.2, right? Is my decimal in the right place? No, I've got to add 10 to that number. I've got to multiply it times 10. So if I'm adding 10 here, I've got to take away 10 here. So if I take away 10 from here, what's this going to be? Negative 3, right? So it's going to be 2 times 10 to the negative 3. That's an estimate. You can do more exact by using your calculator. But I'm just trying to go fast when I'm taking the ACT. and get a close enough answer to what's on the multiple choice. They're not looking for an exact answer on the ACTs. Is everybody clear on that? They're giving you multiple choice. They're not saying, give me the answer here. They're saying A, B, C, or D are your choices. Make a choice. I'm just trying to get close. I'm going to say, okay, that's close. Alright, so yesterday we introduced the SI system. And I've got a couple PowerPoints to show you on that. Now I've put these on Google Classroom so you can see them there as well. This Dell computer is acting really strange whenever I try to get it new. Whenever I try to start the PowerPoint, it wants to shut down. Yesterday, we did not introduce to you, it's hard to read that there, and let it started, just see what it does. The luminous intensity, CD, and we didn't introduce to you the electric current. You're going to see this in physics, where you follow over, you see resistance and conductance. Physics is very different from chemistry. Physics is almost entirely math. You're dealing with the electron and electricity circuits. There's very little biology in physics. There's some biology in chemistry. There's a lot of biology in chemistry, biochemistry. There's not biophysics. There might be one day. There might be. I've never heard of biophysics, but there's a lot of electrical in your nervous system, so they could incorporate that there. So you might want to study that one day, maybe biophysics. I mean, that's kind of cool. That's just not happening right now. So this is kind of like a chart where the units flow. Do you need to memorize that? No, you just need to know that it exists. Now, in math class, what do they not do? What do you not do in math class? What do you not do in math class? You don't label your... Does 1 equal 1? Raise your hand.
Yes.
1 equals 1? Anybody say 1 does not equal 1? Raise your hand if you say 1 doesn't equal 1. Now go home tonight and say, Mom, Dad, does 1 equal 1? And see what they say. They'll probably say yes to you. Then you're going to say, then 1 banana equals 1 car, so I got a banana, I want your car. They're equal. 1 banana equals 1 car. And that's the problem with math, is they don't label anything. Now that goes back, you think it's just randomly occurring. No, this goes back to Pythagoras. Pythagoras, you ever heard of Pythagoras? Raise your hand if you've never heard of Pythagoras. You ever heard of the Pythagorean theorem? Yeah, it's Pythagoras. Pythagoras, he believed that numbers were like the root of all creation. It says here that, where's it start? Pythagorean philosophy states that numbers are the underlying substance of much reality, in the way that Theos believed water to be the origin of being in the universe. Pythagoreans were extremely superstitious and mystical. They believed that the human soul is trapped in a continuous cycle of death and reincarnation. It was taught that to free yourself, the only way you could do that was through introspective thought and philosophical study. So they believed numbers were tied to everything. I mean, they followed numbers like very strictly. So they were considered really to be the first people who believed in like reincarnation, and they were the first vegetarians as well. They wouldn't eat meat, couldn't eat meat. He also practiced abstinence. Now he told his followers to be abstinent, right? But was he abstinent? Raise your hand if you know what abstinence is. Fornication.
you're like when you don't have sex.
Yeah. So he said followers, you can't fornify because you're trying to, climb the ladder of this purity. So, but he practiced. He was practicing. He just told his followers, don't do this, even though he's doing it. But anyway, exponents now, adding and subtracting, and there are rules for adding and subtracting with exponents. Can anybody tell us what those rules might be?
If the exponents are the same, then you add or subtract.
Very good. Thank you. So let's look at another example here. We have 4 times 10 to the 7 plus 3 times 10 to the 6. Can you add this? You have 2 options. You see the 7 here? That's 10 sevens. Everybody see there's 10 of them there? So I need to take one of these away and put it over here. So what's 10 times 4?
40.
40. So you need to have 40 times 10 to the 6. Does everybody see how I did that? Now your second option would be to increase this number. How would I do that?
By removing 10 from 3.
Right, so I take 10 divided by 3. What does that equal?
0.3.
0.3 times, take it over here, 10 to the 7. Any question on that? So you can do it either way. Choose which one you're most comfortable with.